This level is boring, but it has to be done. There's not much to say on this level, so there's not going to be much detail put into it, but I will be able to explain to you the few things you do need to do in this level. I mean, a lot of this level you just got to not be an idiot, not get hit in your boredom or you're showing off. To be blunt, the first thing you have to do is you will need the cannon box to get the first and third. Well, you don't really need it for the first, but you definitely need it for the third star. So you get it from the fourth item box of these. If you don't get that one for whatever reason, you can get one in these two here. These two are both collectible, but otherwise it's relatively unnecessary. I use the cannon box to also get them and get the star that's in the middle here. And you could collect it normally, but there's no point, and there's no point risking it as well. The second star you can get quite easily by just standing roughly here and firing forwards to destroy the box, and then firing again to collect the star. Now the one thing that does require some skill, well, skill as in skill to do quickly, but it's relatively simple. Use a cannon box, and when it gets to about 274, you run over these and jump to here. About 268 you fire forwards, and then you fire again. If you do correctly, you will destroy the metal thing, the wooden thing in front of here, when you jump here. But it depends when you release, because you've got to release at the very top of your jump. And then you fire again as you're coming in and the camera's scrolling to destroy it, and then you go in here very quickly. I mean, the thing about this is it's very difficult. Like, it's not a difficult thing to do per se, but to do it quickly is the problem. And if you do it quickly, there's always a chance that sometimes one of your shots doesn't work and you go in. Like here, so you'll be standing here, you will jump and fire, and then when you get on here you'll go like that, and then you just go in. That's the idea. If you're not too confident, you can just do it at a normal speed. So wait until you can actually see it, then fire and then destroy, but it is a tiny bit slower. Then this boss is relatively uninteresting. You just got to hit him 3 times. You can hit him as soon as he begins his spin. I would recommend getting hit at this point while he's spinning for the 3rd time, as you do not want to keep the cannon box for going to the flagpole, as it can waste time. The box that you have to go through will always appear at this point, so you just stand there and it gets you in a bit quicker. From here, there is a couple of things to keep in note as you go to the flagpole. You do not want to collect this. It just adds time onto the countdown at the end. So it wastes a bit of time, but not too much. Now, you have 2 ways of doing this. You can just go about this normally, and you can just go about your speed like this and go along the flagpole. The more difficult way to do it, which you will need to practice, otherwise it'll actually end up being slower. You'll go along and you'll slide, and then you have to press the crouch button as you're going down the stairs. And you slide down the stairs and you'll have a bit more speed to going towards the flagpole, which saves a bit of time, especially on some other levels such as Luigi's on 3 Histocrat. You will save a lot of time going down that, because the speed that you'll go down with Luigi is a lot faster. And finally, that's it. There's not a lot to say about that level. It's just, don't get bored, do everything you need.